Yeah, so I'm starting it up right now. Streaming is starting on, yep, we're good to go on the tube of the Ube. Now I'm going live right now, currently on the Talk of the Tick. That's okay. That is perfectly okay, sweetie. All right, we are live via TikTok and YouTube. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay. Copying the link, because I'm also going to put it... All right, there's the Talk of the Tick. Here's the tube of the Ube. All right. Jumping into Discord as well to go ahead and put that up for our friends in the gamer world.
Do you hear me on this at all?
I can hear you just fine.
On TikTok?
Well, go ahead. Let me make sure I've got the proper audio. Yeah, it should be the proper audio. Are you guys able to hear me okay via TikTok? Okay. Can you hear Andrea okay via TikTok? Somebody go ahead and speak through Zoom, please. One more time.
Speak through Zoom, you said?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, it's coming through both. We're good there. We're good via OBS, for YouTube, and we're good for the Talk of the Tick. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, Zach? What's up, dude? Let's see what else we got going on here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up on the Book of Faces. I'm gonna go ahead and pop up both the tube of the Ube and the other thing. All right, that should have been... I'm not sure which one that was. We'll find out in just a second which one I just posted. That's Zach. Hello, hello.
Hello, Zach.
All right, that's PrayToPlay. That was the tube of the Ube. I'm going to go ahead and get up the Talk of the Tick onto Facebook on the Book of Faces. Hey, thank you, Kat, for joining us on the YouTube. Let's see what we got going on here. Book of Faces, incoming. Rawr. Copy pasta. That is the wrong one. Why did it not grab that? All right, let's see. Oh, copy. If I copy the link, that would be helpful, wouldn't it? Yes, that'd make that a little bit easier. There we go. Yeah, it's Friday here. Hi, baby boy. Hi, baby boy.
Hi. Say hi, Grandma. Grandma didn't see you.
He's waving.
He's waking up.
He's
alive. What the? Oh. I have a hand up.
Alex.
Jordan. Yes, sir. What's up, buddy? Like, where'd my coffee go?
Jordan is the handsome.
Yep. What's up?
For some reason, I can't. I don't have chat in for YouTube, but audio is good.
Okay, you don't have chat for YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, it's like Cat did text in the chat, so I'm not sure why I'm locked out.
All right, what account are you actually logged into? Would be my question.
Jordan.
All right. So I know last time you were on there on Eins, so I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to do on Jordan.
All right.
Oh, I think I know what's wrong. Let me look.
All right. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining. So, hey, if you guys are led, like, subscribe, share, please. We're going to be talking about how the love of Christ has the ability to solve all of our societal issues. I want to hear from chat. We're going to be bringing people into Zoom here. You hear Jordan with an echo. Well, I would ask Kat, how many things do you have open? If you have both YouTube and TikTok open, that would be why you have an echo. Like, so everything should be coming through, like, yeah. Does anybody else have any echo, anything like that you guys are dealing with on TikTok or YouTube, as you guys see? Want to make sure that we're set up sound-wise across the board, that we're doing pretty good. Ah, you figured it out. There you go, Mr. Jordan. So, yeah. What we're going to do until we have some people who are willing to come on up, whether it be, yes, Mr. Jordan.
Do you want me recording this or no? Maybe not for the first time.
Oh, it's being recorded. It's always recorded on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's always recorded. The live is always posted. If you want to download that and you want to edit that, you certainly can. If you want to do it from a different perspective and have the two recordings and then clip things and play with stuff, you're welcome to. I'm fine one way or the other. Having a record is always great. And if I do say something stupid, you guys can hold me accountable, and there's video evidence. So, yeah, that's all right. So, guys, hey, something that would be super helpful, especially in the beginning, like tap the crap out of your screens. All right? I hate saying it. I really don't like saying it, but unfortunately that is okay. All right, guys. I just want you guys to see this. So, Maria Faye, that is a television screen. Okay? It is, all right, sweetie, that is a television screen. That is not a phone screen. It doesn't have the option to do that. All right, honey? Like, I love you. I thank you. Thank you so much. I thank you so much. She starts going, she's like, tap the, what, honey? I love you very, very much. Like, checking for any blonde roots, guys. Sorry, forgive me. Or don't. That's okay. Love you one way or the other. Yeah. So here we are, guys.
Oh, he's rubbing his head. He's checking his head.
Like, my head's here. So yeah. Where's your head? His head's right there. Yeah. That's my head. Be gentle. Remember, be gentle to your head.
He's feeling okay, Mom. He didn't cry.
All right. So, hey, guys, yeah, seriously, you guys, what we're going to be talking about today, we're going to be talking about the love of Jesus Christ. We're going to be discussing societal issues, whether it be political, sociological, psychological, whatever. You guys got a question, man, hopefully I have an answer. If I don't, I'll tell you, and I'll try and find the answer. Okay? Like, this is designed here, guys. We want to discuss. We want to deal with real topics. We want to find solutions to issues in our world today. I'm coming from a biblical perspective. You can come from a secular, atheistic, agnostic, Hindu. I don't care. As long as you're going to be respectful, okay, and honor your fellow humans, we're good. If not, I will kick you as quick as freaking I can breathe. All right, I got no problem with that. I don't need you to like me. It's great. It makes my life a lot easier when I don't have to, dance to everybody else's jig. So, guys, what do you guys want to talk about? Where do you guys want to start? And what we're going to do, just to give you guys kind of an idea, like if you do want to come up, we're going to either, we'll DM you the Zoom link, because that's where we're at here. We're in Zoom. Okay, so that we have a pretty seamless transition between our YouTube and our TikTok, all right, because we're live in both places. We are looking to add a third, probably either Twitch or Facebook Live. Not quite sure yet which one we're going to do. We're going to pray about that. We may go in between. Not sure yet. So just kind of praying through that. This is day one. This is the beginning of Core Ministries having fun debating on TikTok. I don't know. That, you know what? That could have been far more like cinematic, but it wasn't, which is also kind of fun. So, yeah, what do you guys want to talk about? Come on, let's go. Yeah, see, my son's got this, man. He's telling you where his head is at. Like, he's just like, hey, you know what? Got an audience of one. I'm good. Like, it's all right, man. Seriously, you need a cheerleader, just have a kid. Um. I knew you were going to say it, dude. I knew you were going to say it. Yes, Caden is an actual cheerleader. Like, it's pretty epic. Like, seriously, guys, if you guys don't think cheerleading is a sport, you need to get your head examined. All right? It is so much. Oh, my gosh, yeah, dude. Yeah, well, dude, like, I mean, seriously, cheerleading, you have to have all full body strength, man. Not just legs, no, man, seriously. If not, you're going to get injured and you're going to injure somebody else. It takes massive coordination, massive balance. I love professional cheer. I think it's awesome. Like, I'm a huge, yeah. Yep. And I'm also a gleek. I mean, imagine that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yes, Miss Andrea.
Well, as I was thinking about it, praying about it, actually, one of the things that is a concern is the school systems and
Okay.
how our children are being taught
All right.
or not taught.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll dive into that. We'll dive into education is where we can start. So, when we're looking at the educational system that we currently have in the West, I would say that the largest issue that we have, besides class sizes, is we're not teaching children how to think. Okay, like STEM, core, like your like, you know, core is like, that's your math, your science, your geography, history, etc. is great. Okay, information is wonderful. But if you're not coupling knowledge with understanding, you're never going to get to wisdom. Okay? So education, I think, at its core is about helping each child understand what are their strengths, their weaknesses, what talents have been given to them, and then helping them to understand and develop their strengths while coming around and helping support them in those areas where they are weak, you know. And another really, I think, really important point when it comes to, yes, Miss Andrea.
Well, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but one of the major issues in the school system is that the children are not getting supported at home.
Right.
They're not having the balance. And oftentimes, especially in the early years, the teachers are so busy teaching life skills, how to take a bath, how to keep yourself clean, how to brush your teeth. They're having to do so many things that should be taught at home that they're not able to teach what they're supposed to teach.
Okay. Well, so I would say that there's a couple different solutions to that. And it's, first off, it's to recognize and remember we don't have the ability to change what the parents do or don't do. All right. They were not taught is often the issue, is the parents were not given that education of self-care, because that's what you're talking about right there. That's self-care. And that could very easily be something that I think would be amazing in the school systems today is teach individuals, all right, how do we deal with stress? All right, what does it look like to take care of your physical body? All right, I think this would align very well with MAHA, with Make America Healthy Again, through what Bobby Kennedy is doing. Self-care is so what is this? So we are having a discussion about societal issues, whether it's psychological, sociological, etc. We're coming from a biblically based perspective and offering and talking about possible solutions. So it is a discussion, a debate, as you will. You're more than welcome to disagree with us, etc. We will be inviting people in. So if you do have a desire to join, we have a couple different options. The easiest considering, hi, buddy. The easiest, considering we are, oh, buddy, that is the side there, would be we can direct message you the Zoom if it's something you want to weigh in on and share your opinion, okay? But what we do ask is that you be respectful, all right? If not, I got no problem kicking you, okay? So it's a discussion to seek understanding of what the issues are and what are possible ways of solving these issues, okay? What are some solutions? That's what we're looking at. It's not just talking about the problem because there's a lot of those. But you don't get to a solution by constantly focusing on the issues. You have to focus on solutions and how can we actually deal with these things. So, I mean, if you have a secular perspective, if you have an atheistic perspective in any form, that's fine. I got no problem with that. But we are seeking to come from a biblical perspective, all right? The other guys that are here to ask me questions and to hold me accountable, okay? To make sure that if I'm saying something, it is honoring to you. And if it's not, they're more than capable and able and will kick my butt. All right? Does that sound good, Jordan? Or Mr. Reeves, however you'd like to be addressed? Yes, Mr. Jordan.
I don't think you mentioned it, but basically the main standing point is
the claim, yes. So the claim is that the love of Jesus Christ can solve all societal issues. That's the claim that I've made. All right. And you're more than welcome to give evidence for or against. All right. And just, let's talk about it. That's really what we're here for, is we're here to talk about it. Hi, buddy. And this is my son, Arthur, who is currently using me as a, he's giving, he's giving me a massage on the back of my head, which I'm not complaining. Oh, man. So, that's what this is, man. This is, for lack of a better term, it's a debate. And we're talking about real issues and what can be done. So, yes, Mr. Caden.
Okay, I got a little devil's advocate.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so if you claim that Jesus' love will solve all of our political issues, do you think us just rolling over on our bellies and letting Russia stomp on Ukraine is very loving? Or?
No, I don't think that that's what Jesus Christ teaches at all. I think that the pacifist conceptualization that we see in a lot of Christianity is absolute bullcrap. I don't see that in the Old Testament. I mean, in Nehemiah, it was made very, very clear that, we defend our family, our sisters, our brothers, and our country. We are here to defend the weak. We are to seek justice. We are to love mercy, and we are to walk humbly with our God. I believe that a lot of what people see with Matthew 5, because that's usually what people quote, the whole turn the other cheek, do not resist an evil man. That's usually what people bring up in that case, and it's taken out of context. All right? When you look at the actual context there, one, it's talking about verbal insults. All right? That is the context when you look at the Greek. Okay? Verbal insults. When you're to turn the other cheek, what that means is you are to repay evil with good. In other words, you do not resist an evil man in the same way that he is coming against you. You don't try to control them if they're trying to control you. You repay evil with good. You pray for those who persecute you. You love those who hate you, recognizing that God gives grace to every single one of us. He reigns, he brings his reign upon both the just, the righteous, and the wicked alike. And we see this presented again in Romans, all right, where 12, verse 21, where it talks about, very simply, we overcome evil by doing good. That is how we do this. Now, let me go a little bit deeper into that. All right, when we're coming from a perspective of discipline, okay, understanding that God's love does show us discipline. He disciplines his children. He disciplines the children in whom he delights. Okay? So if somebody is threatening my family and tries to harm my wife in some way, shape, or form, I will use force to protect my wife. All right? That is a loving thing to do. That is a protection, and it's protecting the sanctity of life. Okay? Now, then, usually what I get is, well, what about the Ten Commandments that says, thou shalt not unalive?
That's exactly what I was going to say next.
Yeah. So that's usually the process here. And there are two different words, okay, in Hebrew that we also have two different words for unaliving a person, okay, and it has to do with intent. There's murder, okay, and then there's killing, okay. One, murder, all right, is unaliving an individual with malicious intent. It's a selfish act, all right, in order to gain some sort of power or object over the other individual. They have something you want, you take it from them. What's going on? He's hungry, sweetie. That's what he wants food. So, Maria Fe. Okay, yeah, Mr. Preston, you had something to say? I didn't see the hand raise. No, sweetie, that's the mouse.
Sorry.
Oh, Maria Fe, I love you, honey. I do. Man, what? What? I know, what? Ah, you're going to make Big Hole Express today? Okay, that's fine. Sounds good to me. That's for those of you who don't know Filipino cooking, it's basically coconut milk and pork and chili and string beans. Yeah, so that's Big Hole Express. It is. It's really yummy. Yeah, and it's really good for you. It's fresh coconut milk too. It's like we squeeze it ourselves. It's great. But no. So going into that, it's understanding there are two sides to that. If you have a Bible that says, man, like this is also something that's really difficult with like the TikTok terms of service. Like I have to be like I'm supposed to be careful with my words, saying things like KILL or yeah, like you have to be really like it's kind of ridiculous. I think it really does go against the whole freedom of speech thing. But yeah, we deal with what we have to. So understanding that there are two different types, like if we are protecting the sanctity of life, that is considered just a simple unaliving. The other is considered murder. Okay. And that is translated very differently in the original like Hebrew that we see in the Old Testament when we're looking at Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, where you see spelled out the different laws, the Ten Commandments, as well as the Mosaic Law. Like Leviticus that's talking about the priests, the Levites. Numbers and Deuteronomy has more to do with, yes, Mr. Cade.
I'll let you finish what you're talking about, but I have another topic.
Okay. Well, no, that's pretty well answered at this point. Like when we're looking at that, like, no, we're not to go around just unaliving people because we feel like it. That is evil. All right. But if you are protecting the sanctity of life, then that is something that is often considered good. Yes, Miss Andrea.
And with that, throughout the Bible, the Old Testament especially, you see where God empowered the people to protect.
Correct.
And when needed, destroy.
Correct. And it's a very controversial topic when we start talking about the Israelites going into the promised land and like Yahweh commanding them to wipe them out. But when you look at the historical context surrounding that, like they had been warned. Those individuals, the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorite, the Moabites, etc., had been warned for hundreds of years to stop doing what they were doing. They were sacrificing their own children to these to Baal, to Asherah, and other like pagan deities, and their form of worship was inherently destructive and corrupted. And when we look at the reasoning that Yahweh gave for that, it was so that the Israelites would not be corrupted by those same practices. It was designed to protect. Now, you can disagree with me. That's great. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But I'm going to respectfully tell you that's fine. You don't have to agree with me. That's what I have been led to believe. That's what I've come to understand through some pretty painstaking like research into the Old Testament and the historical context surrounding it. So, and just getting to know and having a relationship with Jesus Christ and understanding Yahweh's heart through that. So, yes, Mr. Caden.
All right, the enemy's hitting my take really bad, so this may
It's okay. You're good.
take a second to explain, but
Yeah, take your time, bro.
how would you say that everything can be solved with Jesus' love when it comes to immigration policy? Because we're in the Bible that it ever say that people aren't allowed to roam God's creation like the world. And if we're loving them, how can
Right.
we kick them out of our country just so that they can't make money for their families anymore? Just
That's a
because we're trying to love
really
ourselves
good
and
question. So this is where I go with that. One, we are to respect the laws of the land. That is something that we are asked to do. All right. If the land has a policy for immigration and you are choosing to enter this country illegally, in other words, against the laws of the land, then I do say that that is something that is not good. Now, why is it not good? Well, it goes back to intention, and I do not believe that there is a one-size-fits-all for this topic. I believe each individual case would need to be weighed up. Now, that means an enormous amount of man-hours to go into something like that. The situation that we currently see, I mean, I have no problem with immigration. None. What I do have a problem with, though, is individuals coming into the country illegally and taking jobs from American citizens that they themselves need. Okay? I'm not saying that those individuals don't have a need as well, because they do. I completely agree with that. But we have to look at what is going to enable us as a society to continue to advance. And if we are giving preferential treatment to individuals outside of our own country, then what we are doing is we're shooting ourselves in the foot, basically. Yes, Miss Andrea.
Well, when I'm thinking about, of course, with the hurricanes that have been happening here in the States.
Yeah.
And the severe damage and the lack of funding to assist our own people.
Yeah.
But yet they're sending millions of dollars out
Yeah,
of
in foreign
country
aid. Yeah.
in foreign aid, but yet our own people are suffering. And how do we balance that? How do we see a resolution to that?
So simply put, I think what's happened is I believe for most people there's a lack of understanding of what good is and what evil is. Okay, good and evil is defined by our intentionality, why we are doing what we are doing. That is the rhetoric we are given biblically. Okay, because remember, I'm coming from a biblical perspective. Is good is defined as that which values and adds to life. It is to unselfishly seek the best for all. All right. So, and then evil is defined as any action, thought, desire without love. All right. That is what is defined often as darkness. Is those are areas within a person, spiritually speaking, that there is no light. All right. In other words, light in that case being defined as the love of God. Okay. So that is I think a simple definition of what good is and what evil is. And we're looking at what's happening in the States currently with sending all of this foreign aid to other countries without our country, without the United States being taken care of. We have to ask the question, why? Why are we doing that? Okay. Now, so that you have to start looking at, okay, let's look at the pattern. Let's look at what evidence we do have for that. Like, now, mind you, these are probabilities. These are suppositions. I don't have hard evidence to give you. But when I look at testimony from individuals stateside who this is what they do, they go into disaster areas and they bring relief. Now, this is not FEMA. Okay. These are private citizens that are doing this. They're often turned away. Why? Because they are not on the preferred vendor list. Wait, what? So we have what people need. You guys are not giving it to the people that you're not providing anything. Okay? Because you're not making money off of it. So that inherently is a problem. If it's based in greed, that's evil. Okay? Now I'm all for for capitalism, for free market, etc. I have no problem with good, healthy competition in a market. That's not. That's not a free market. What that is you are taking individuals who have some sort of like maybe political affiliation, some sort of societal. There's a bias there that is being created. All right, there are individuals who have greased enough palms. All right, to enable these individuals to profit off of a natural disaster, and people are suffering for it. That is a problem. Yes, Miss Andrew.
Okay, we understand there's a problem.
Right.
What is the solution?
Well, okay, yeah. So the solution in this situation, right. So what is the solution? And Jesus, how do I define that? And yeah, what I'm hearing is do my best. And yeah, the solution is to tell those government agencies that are not helping the people to kiss your butt and help anyways. That's what these guys are doing. That's what some of these folks down right now in North Carolina, Florida, that's what they're doing. It's like, all right, hey, yeah, you've created a police blockade. You've created all this. We're going in anyways. It's do what you need to do, knowing that what you're doing is good, regardless of the resistance that you may incur, right? There are lives that are being lost because of greed. Then the solution is generosity. That is the only way that you are able to defeat greed, is with generosity. Like, and I like to use the example of, all right, so if you're washing dishes, are you just adding more junk and dirt into the water? Are you like, no, you're not adding more grease to the water when you're washing dishes? No, it doesn't work that way.
Depends
So,
on who's washing them.
right. If you're not getting the dishes clean is what I mean. You're not getting the dishes clean. So you have to add something that dissolves the grease, something that has an opposite nature. Okay? So, that being said, that same principle, I believe, applies to spiritual and psychological issues. Okay? If you have an individual that's dealing with, say, in this case, greed, then the only way to solve that is to choose generosity to defeat that. All right? If it's something that it's based in hatred, so to speak, or a system of control, then you add love to the equation in one form or another. And now that maybe that doesn't make sense to you. All right? And I understand that. That has been my experience. All right? When I have been tempted to be greedy in some shape or form, I have chosen instead to be generous and seen greed be thrown out the window. Yes, Mr. Caden. You're muted, sir.
Yeah, I got it. So, you think if someone's greedy and say they're hoarding money, stealing stuff like that, you think I should give them more to help them?
Okay, so that's not quite what I mean. No. I mean, set an example. So if you're with, let's say you're out at a restaurant, okay, and the individual that you're with is very frugal, maybe is a word that you could use that's nicer, or they're just outright like they really like their money, they're in love with their money. You give a larger tip than you normally would, as long as Jesus leads you to. It's to set that example, and what that will do through the Holy Spirit will cause conviction. Okay. And that's the point. Our job is not to fix people. Our job is not to change people. Our job is to love them. So my argument here, all right, my claim, not so much my argument, my claim is that the love of Jesus Christ can solve all of these societal issues. And yes, I believe wholly that it can. No matter what situation we are dealing with, I believe that us choosing to love will bring a solution to bear. So what we're seeing right now with these preferred vendor lists down in North Carolina, these, like, the way disaster relief has been done so far is, I believe, inherently stupid. What it does is it is creating a greater need. People are being harmed because these government agencies are not doing what they need to do because it's not making them the money that they want to make. I think that is inherently ridiculous. where you have the relief. These individuals are going down there. These truck drivers are going down there. They have entire freaking like semi truck full of stuff that are needed, and they're being turned away, or they're being outright attacked. Now, mind you, this is coming from TikTok videos that I have seen, what I've prayed through, and I've been able to fact check a little bit of it, but it's a little difficult. Yes, Miss Andrea.
Well, one of the issues down there also is the fact that there are so many roads out.
Right.
And so what they're having to do is find the place where they can drop it, where it can be
Right.
sent out.
Now, see, and what's interesting is
That's
that,
not happening.
yeah, right, and I think the other issue too
They're not being
is,
directed to those areas.
well, the other issue that we're seeing is that these FEMA coordinators, what they're trying to do is trying to get these individuals outside of the state, these, again, preferred contractors to come in to do it. And they have local guys to do it. The local guys are the ones who need the money more than anybody else. Why should we have somebody coming on from another state that is on this preferred list that a government agency has set up when the contractors who just lost their house, okay, they need the money? Like, tell me how that makes logical sense. Okay. Tell me. Like, does it? It doesn't make sense in my mind. All that says, to make sense in that, it says there has to be greed involved. They're doing this for some preferential reason to these specific vendors for one reason or another. Like, and let's looking at specific reasons, like maybe why. I mean, we're looking at probability here, guys. Yeah, Miss Andrea, you had your hand up.
So from a biblical perspective,
Mm-hmm.
what can we do as children of God, as
Mm-hmm.
followers of Yeshua, to see a real change in what is going on with the people in our country? And how can we help them?
Okay, so do you want to talk specifically about North Carolina, or do you want to talk about the overall, more generalized?
I'm
Do you have a
talking right now specifically about North Carolina and
Okay.
right now Florida.
right?
Florida has been so
So
hard hit.
this is my suggestion, okay, and this is what I believe is, if you are going to donate, all right, you need to get in contact with individuals who are actually on the ground there. Okay, whether it be churches, okay, local churches there who are doing what they can for disaster relief, potable water, food, whether it be MREs or basic necessities, whatever that may be. Find individuals who are actually on the ground. Make sure that you have the evidence to back that up, that it says, hey, oh yeah, these are the folks. All right, this is somebody that I can trust. This is somebody that is there. All right. Like, be wise, test. All right. Or specific individuals. Like, make sure you do your due diligence. All right. But I do not suggest that you donate to Helping Hands or to the Red Cross or to FEMA. All right. These are agencies that have a track record of keeping a large percentage of the money that is donated to them, and the people who really need the help are not getting it. Okay? The only thing I would donate to the Red Cross is blood. About it. I won't give them a penny. Now, that I have my own reasons. All right? Do your own due diligence, research what I'm saying, fact check what I'm saying, disagree with me, that's cool. I'm all right with that. But, and now chat, and guys, I want to hear like your guys' questions too. Like, this isn't just us here in the panel here. Like, I want to hear what you guys have to say. And this isn't just North Carolina. This is what we're talking about right now. If you have another topic, like, we can look at that. So Andrea, from a biblical perspective, the best way to solve the issue is to be generous, is to give from a loving heart to individuals that genuinely need the help. Okay? That is the solution.
And to be discerning
Yes.
of where it's going and how it's going.
Yes. How it's being used, where it's being used, etc. Yeah, that's the solution. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir, you did.
All right. Anybody else? Anything else you guys want to talk about? I mean, we've got, wow, holy guacamole. Half an hour has already gone by? Man, time flies when you're having fun.
Flies when you're having fun. You didn't fall far from the tree, did you, son?
No, and I think I hit a few branches on the way down. So.
No, I did that.
So yeah, guys, any other questions? Anything else you guys want to look at? We got time. Any other societal issues, political, geopolitical, etc. Like, I mean, we can look at, if you want to look at energy, we can look at energy. If you guys want to look at finance, we can look at finance. If you want to look at education, we can look at education. And if you guys, yeah, we started with education. There's definitely more I can expand on there if that's something you guys want to look at. But I want to know, and chat, seriously, guys, you guys got any questions, comments, like anything you guys want to talk about? Seriously, hit us up. Send us a message. Like, put it in chat. Let's talk about it. This is what we're here for. We're here to discuss, guys. Like, I ain't going to beat you up. It ain't going to happen. I wouldn't want that done to me. I'm not going to do it to you. And if I do offend you in some way, shape, or form, you can tell me, and we can talk about that too. So. Questions. Chat, questions. I know there's a couple guys in there. I can see you there. No? Okay. Guys, what you got? Got Jeopardy music playing in my head right now. Yes, Mr. Jordan, and you are muted, by the way.
See that? There. The state of the well, basically the health crisis that we're in right now in the U.S.
Okay. So let's define the problem. We have, I think we're gonna look at the United States specifically. I mean, goodness, obesity is at an all-time high. Heart disease, diabetes, just in general, the overall health of the population of the United States has declined drastically in the last 30 years. Now, mind you, you guys are more than welcome to fact check me if I'm incorrect in this, but from the statistics that I have read, what I have experienced, yeah, and there are many different reasons for that. I think one of the largest issues is humans are putting things into their body that are poisonous to them. All right. Like, let's look at processed foods. You guys look at what's actually in those foods. You take the time. Like, let's look at like something like monosodium glutamate. All right. MSG, guys talk about that. It's like, oh yeah, like it helps. It's a flavoring agent. Well, let's look at what that does to the body. All right. It causes undue swelling. Okay. It causes a greater strain on your kidneys. All right. It is a synthetic compound that your body is not designed to break down well. Okay. Because of the types of chemical bonds that you see in, and that's just one chemical. I mean, let's look at synthetic dyes and the research that we've seen in that. Was it yellow number 4, red number 5, etc.? Is it red? Is it yellow 5 or red 5?
Yellow 5.
Yellow 5. Okay. So all of those have shown there's substantial evidence that says that those are poisonous to the human body and can affect everything from your biology to your psychology. Okay. And how your body is able. Yes, Mr. Jordan.
Yellow 5 is actually considered a forever chemical as well.
Okay. Yeah, I think I heard some of that from Bobby Kennedy on one of the TikToks I watched there. But here's the thing, guys. When we're looking at health in general, you have to start asking yourself questions. The issues, I think, are pretty apparent, like across the board, and people's immune systems are way down. People are far more obese than they've been ever in the United States. And generally the overall health of the people has declined drastically. There's more issues of like mental health disorders than what we've seen in a very long time. Crime is up drastically, especially in the last 4 years. Now, what does that have to do with health and food? Well, what are people eating? You know, the cost of groceries has skyrocketed. So what are people doing? Well, they're buying as cheap as they possibly can. And those things that are cheap and canned have tons and tons of synthetic chemicals in them, preservatives that are designed to preserve the food. Now, why is that a problem? So I'm going to do my best to take this step by step and say it in a way that's pretty easily understood. So when you are putting a preservative, what is a preservative designed to do? Well, a preservative is designed to kill bacteria, is to keep bacteria from growing inside of that food stock. Okay? Well, what lines your gut? Okay? Tons and tons and tons, billions upon billions of different types of bacteria. What do you think happens when you introduce a preservative into a bacterially filled container? Well, it's going to kill that bacteria. Well, the bacteria in your gut is necessary to produce neurotransmitters as well as specific enzymes that our body needs in order to produce proteins, fats, and the building blocks of our human body. So let's say you're ingesting that preservative on a daily basis. What do you think that's doing for your gut health? Well, it's destroying it. It's destroying your gut microbiome, okay? Which basically means it's destroying the bacteria in your gut, all right? That is there to help your body break down foods and turn them into the proper building blocks, enzymes, okay, for your physical body. Neurotransmitters, guys, are the chemicals that enable your body to communicate within itself. Okay, especially things like norepinephrine, serotonin, dopamine. Those are chemical names for neurotransmitters that we see commonly used in the body. Okay, so if you are constantly adding preservatives, poisons to your physical body, what do you think that does for your overall health? Well, okay, so your body is now having to fight a poison constantly and consistently. That's going to knock down your immune system. That's going to make you more susceptible to immune system issues, common cold, flu, other bacteria, okay? Because here's a really cool thing about bacteria, guys. Bacteria thrives in an acidic environment. That's why it's in your small and large intestine, okay? It likes an acidic environment. They're able to grow more in that environment. So if we are constantly putting chemicals into our body that are not only highly acidic, but are producing a greater level of acid in our body, we are also more susceptible to bacterial infection in other areas of our body. If our immune system is already combating that poison and that excess of bad bacteria in other parts of your body, what do you think that does? What do you think that does? I mean, those chemicals are designed, like let's say, for instance, like the gut bacteria that is specifically designed to help produce the precursors to melatonin, all right? Melatonin is a chemical that is produced in the brain to help you get into deep sleep rhythm. So if your body is not producing the precursors, which is like tryptophan, okay? Another one, oh, my brain just went. There's tryptophan and another like chemical precursor that helps to produce melatonin as well as serotonin, which are calming agents in the brain. I don't need to go that deep into that, I don't think, but I'll come back to it if it pops in my head. Like if you're not getting those proper neurotransmitters, those enzymes, those precursors to build those neurotransmitters, guess what? You're not going to sleep very well. If you're not sleeping well, your body does not have the ability to rebuild the systems well. If things are not being rebuilt, guess what? They're breaking down faster and faster. If you are continuing to add those poisons to your body, you are continuing to see that breakdown. So, the solution, that's the problem. Do you want me to keep going, Andrea? Because I'm pretty sure what you're going to say is, what's the solution? Yeah? Yeah. So the solution, plain and simple, is you guys need to start eating food. Now, what do we do about the grocery problem? Guys, stop going to the supermarket. It's that simple. Stop buying food at the supermarket. Find local growers for vegetables, eggs, meat, cheese. Now, I don't mean go to some fancy butcher shop, all right, that's going to charge you an arm and a leg. I mean go directly. Well, what about individuals who are in the city? Well, all right. First off, why are you living in the city? All right. Now, mind you, if you have a job where you can afford to do that, great. That means if you can probably afford to buy decent food. All right. If you have the income to be able to live in a large city, you probably have the income as long as you watch your spending. That's a big problem with individuals is they spend like money on junk that they could be using to actually take care of themselves. Wow. So, guys, as I continue in that, the solution is to actually eat good food. What does good food look like? It looks like it just on the ingredients list, it says milk if it's milk. It's that simple. It's really that simple. Look at the ingredients. If you can't pronounce those ingredients, guess what? You probably shouldn't be putting it in your body. Because oftentimes that is how they are hiding the chemicals that are actually not good for you. A lot of the stuff that says sugar-free is not sugar-free, folks. It's not. It just has a different form of sugar that is not on the list of the FDA-approved sugars. Guys, like, forewarned is often forearmed. Stop buying processed food. Period. Find local farmers. Build a relationship. Have a conversation. Find people who have chickens. I mean, guys, and here's the other thing, all right? I'm growing a food garden. I live in the middle of the city, a large city, okay? Has a population density several times that of New York and Chicago, all right? Okay? There's a lot of people that live here. A lot of people that live here. Now, you can grow your own food anywhere you are. All you need is a pot and some seeds. You can pick yourself up a cheap grow light. You don't need a lot. And you can start growing some of your own food to start that process. Well, you don't want to do that? Well, then you're going to pay for it. It's that simple. You don't want to put in the work and the effort to do something about your physical health and start eating food that is actually good for you, then you're going to reap what you've sown. Do I feel for you? Yeah. Like, I have compassion on you, man. I know how it's like to feel miserable. Guys, I was over 400 pounds. All right? I was fat. Okay? I was incredibly unhealthy. Now I'm not. Like, I'm a generally healthy individual. I mean, I'm not a light person. I'm not a small person. I wasn't built that way. But I work out 5 times a week. I eat well. Like, and we go direct. We get stuff directly from farmers. There may be one middleman, but we don't go to supermarkets except for me to get coffee. And the coffee that I get is it's air roasted. We don't do all of the chemical processes that you see in like instant coffees and stuff like that. I mean, they literally took coffee, which is it's an amazing antioxidant. It's good for your heart health. It's good for your gut health. And they added a bunch of freaking chemicals to it that turns it into a poison. Seriously, stay away from companies like Starbucks and other like quick, fast, and in a hurry places. Like they're going to hurt you. All right. And here's the thing, guys. There's an old saying, all right, that I really like. I mean, especially in the business world. All right, you got three choices, okay, in a job. All right, you can have fast. All right, you can have like fast and you can have cheap, or you can have quality, and you can only pick 2. If you want it fast, all right, and you want good quality, then it's not going to be cheap. If you want cheap and fast, then you're not going to have good quality. If you want quality and cheap, it's not going to be fast. Okay? Think about that when you're looking at how you're treating your body, all right? Your body is one of the greatest resources that you have. Right? There's a big thing that we see here in the Philippines. Because, guys, yeah, that's where I'm living, guys. I'm living abroad. I'm working here in the Philippines as well as here and counseling internationally. I work as a pastor and as a missionary. Health is wealth. What does it matter how much money you have if you don't have your health? You can't enjoy it. What is the point of working yourself to the bone and having nothing to show for it at the end of the day? Yes, Miss Andrea.
So, what is the spiritual basis for that?
Well, all right. 1, our body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. 2, we are to love one another as Jesus Christ has loved us. We are to love the Lord our God with all our heart, mind, and soul, and to love our neighbor as ourselves. We are to treat others as we wish to be treated. I think that's very, very simple, and it's a very to the point. You want to feel good. Is that a general statement for most people?
I would
Yeah,
say yes.
okay. So, do you feel good when you are physically sick? No? Oh, okay. So why would you pour poison into your body if you want to feel good? That seems counterproductive. Do you want to have energy like at work or at play? Do you want to be able to enjoy yourself when you have the time and not be exhausted? Yeah? Okay. So that would say that like you want to be able to rest and to sleep well, correct?
Yeah.
Is that a pretty logical reasoned like process there? All right. Then take care of your body. Cuz here's the thing, guys, and this is what I've seen, okay? And I think this is really cool. Like you're going to pay one way or the other. Okay, either you can pay now, all right, eat good, healthy food, all right. If you don't know how to cook, learn. YouTube is there, all right. Seriously, a year and a half ago, my wife was good at one thing, and that was burning water. I'm not joking. I didn't know it was possible. She could do it. It was hilarious when that happened. Now that woman can cook anything. Like, she looks up a new recipe on YouTube, she watches it a few times, she does her best, and it's great. But she put the time and the effort in to learn. All right? That's what I did. I learned to cook in a homeless shelter when I was homeless. That's where I started learning to cook. I started opening cans. That's where I started. And I was given greater responsibility and learn more, etc., as I was faithful with it, as I continued to do my best. And I had a broken hand at the time. My right hand was broken because of me being an idiot at that point. So don't give me excuses. Like, that's just you telling yourself why you can't do something. Try telling yourself why you can. If you want to do something, find the reasons you can do it. Stop focusing on the reasons why you don't want to do it. That's all an excuse is, guys. All right? It's you finding reasons not to do something that you know is good for you. Get over it and grow up. Okay? You can do it. You've got the power. Like, seriously, whether you believe in Jesus Christ or not, you have the ability to make decisions for yourself, okay? So do it. Take care of yourself. Treat yourself well. You're worth it. You really are. Like, I don't even know you, and I still love you. I still want what's good for you. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm saying these things. That's why I'm having these discussions. Like, I want what's good for you guys. Because I know that the only way this world gets better is when we start treating ourselves well and understanding the goodness and grace that we've been given within. You need to understand your value. You need to understand who God created you to be. You need an identity that is based in reality. Yes, Mr. Jordan.
I so you one of the things you said was to go to direct
Yeah.
farmers, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, people who live in the large cities who want to go direct, want to go to the farmers, but yet they live mostly in the city their entire life,
Right.
like large cities, like let's say Chicago or New York, some places like that.
Yeah.
How would they go about finding them? Because it doesn't
Well,
seem very
here's the thing about New
beneficial
York
that
City,
they're driving.
but here's the thing about New York City is all around New York City there are farms. All right, there are areas all throughout the country. All right, there are ways of doing it. There are ways of ordering in your own food direct from different places. There are ways. It's find it. It's do your research, take your time, figure it out. All right. Now, mind you, if you're living in the city and you're living in a high rise apartment, you probably have the finances to go to a local market, all right, and buy decent food. A lot of people don't because it's not convenient. They have traded comfort, all right, for what is actually good for them. So if that's what they want to do, if they want quick, fast, and in a hurry, it's not going to be good for them. All right. Just that's the reality of it. You disagree with me? That's fine. Like, what's your evidence? That's my question. Like, if you disagree with me, guys, what's your evidence? Like, show it to me, man. I will do my best to take a look and to look at it with as little bias as possible. Okay? I will. I'll do my best. Like, I can't say that I can completely get away from all the different biases that I have. But I will do my best to look at it objectively. Okay? If you believe that McDonald's is good for you, show me your evidence. It's kind of laughable. But, yeah. I would say that all the evidence is completely and totally to the contrary. I mean, I don't know if you've ever guys like watched the show where the dude ate nothing but McDonald's for 30 days and it almost killed him. Almost unalived him, sorry, words. Yes, Miss Andrea.
Also, the person who put a hamburger in their desk drawer.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
From there, and 4 or 5 months later, they pulled it out, and it
it
was
still
even
looked
moldy.
Yeah, that's not
looked
food,
exactly
guys.
the same.
Food, guys, can be broken down by bacteria. If you're eating something that is unable to be broken down by bacteria, what is your body going to do with it?
I mean, that was even the bread. I mean,
Yeah,
the bread was still.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Now, I have not tried that. I've not attempted that experiment. Maybe that'd be a fun thing to try and see what happens. Like,
I
yeah.
don't even want to spend the amount to buy a hamburger from them. I don't.
Oh, I know. Like the cost of it has gone up. Like, I mean, yeah. And you can't tell me that's all inflation. You can't tell me that's all inflation. Now they're trying to go to the $5 menu. It's like, yeah, you can't tell me that's all inflation. That's BS.
They also, I forget what restaurants are, what fast food chains are doing it, but prices fluctuate with the amount of crowd and how busy they are. So let's say, for instance, just make it easy, $1 burger, early morning when not a lot of people are there would be $1, but during lunch it would be $3-4 because a lot of people are there.
And that's completely counter to what you see with the basic economics of supply and demand. Like, if you have the supply and the demand is higher, usually usually the prices drop. You don't inflate the prices just because there's a higher demand, but you have the same supply. That's really.
It's greed.
Oh no, like right now, like TikTok is trying to tell me that I'm inactive. Like, I'm sitting here talking. What do you mean I'm inactive? It always, when we this is something that I've noticed, and it's 8:57, guys, so we're just about done for today. But I've noticed that when when we get to something, when we start talking about topics, it's fine. It's funny. It is what it is. But guys, hey, so yeah, our time for today is just about up. We are going to be doing this quite a bit, is what I'm sensing. Of course, we're going to be praying about it as a team here. And And guys, here's the thing. Our entire point to this is understanding. Like, I want to understand your point of view. I want to get to better understand you, why you believe what you believe. Okay, I'm not here to convince you, all right, to change your mind. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to share with you what I believe, what I understand, and why. All right? And hopefully, like, we can. Like, if you guys, like, see my perspective and you come to understand what I'm saying, and you believe that it's accurate, that's awesome. Like, tell me why. I'd like to hear that too. Like, if you disagree, all right, cool. Tell me why. What's your evidence? Like, let's talk about it, dude. That's what we need to do. Like, these issues need to be talked about. We need to look at the problem, define it, all right, and what is the solution? So, what is the solution to better health in the United States? There needs to be some education on what is actually good for people. And why is it good? You guys need to understand the value. People need to understand the value of treating their bodies with respect. You guys need to understand how to love yourself. Yes, Miss Andrea.
In that, there is proof in the pudding.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Guys, this is the coolest part. All right, I want you to hear me, please. Like, wisdom is known by its results. Okay? A tree is known by its fruit. All right? You don't pick apples from thorn bushes. That is a principle that says you're going to be able to know if something's good for you by what actually happens. Okay? You can see the evidence. All right? The evidence is if you take care of your physical body, you work out, even if it's just a couple days a week, you're going to feel better. You're going to have more energy. Yeah, at first it's uncomfortable. Sure. I just did a workout yesterday, whole body workout, and yeah, it hurts. It does. Like, I was using friggin' almost 15 kilos and going through different katas and walking around the house and doing lunges and squats, doing all of that at once. Yeah, my body stings just a little bit, but I've got a ton of energy and I feel really good, and I'm really grateful for that, because for the first 25 years of my life, for the most part, I felt like crap. I didn't treat myself well. I wasn't taught to. So, guys, that's our show for today. I love you. I really do, guys. And I'm super grateful for the time that you've come here, that you've listened. We're going to do, like I said, we're going to do this more. It's going to be, yes, Miss Andrea.
Well, and I think just to remind those that are coming into the chats that all they have to do is message.
Yeah, seriously. You can put a comment in the chat, guys.
If there's comments, questions, prayer requests,
Yeah.
we're more than happy to answer and to be there.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, guys. I want you to understand. We're here. We're here for you guys. All right. We're not doing this for ourselves. Like, now you can disagree with that. Tell me why. What's your evidence? Yeah, that was kind of a halfway joke, but also half serious. So, but no, guys. Like, thank you. I really do appreciate the time you're taking to listen to us. My prayer for you guys is that Jesus bless you with understanding. Okay. Whatever perspective you come from, whether it be Christian, agnostic, atheistic, whatever, I do believe that objective morality, okay, is something that we can all look at. I believe all of us can reason through. All right, look at the laws of logic, guys. Those are proven quite well. There's tons and tons of evidence to those presuppositions. All right, let's take the time and let's talk, because we need to. Like, the world right now is really messy, and we're the only ones that can do anything about it. Like, from the infamous words of Michael Jackson, look at the man in the mirror and make a change. Another fun one, be the change that you want to see. Yeah. Guys, that's how we do it. How do you change the world? One act of random kindness at a time. Be kind to yourselves. What's up?
It all boils down to love.
It does. Wow. That's my claim, guys. That's my claim, is that the love of Jesus Christ can solve all of the problems we have in this world.
Amen.
And you guys present me with a problem. I will do my best to identify the problem and share with you the solution as Jesus leads me. Okay? Guys, and I'm going to make this super clear. I don't know everything. Okay? I don't. I just know the guy who does. And I'm really good at asking questions and listening. So, guys, thank you. I love you. You have yourselves an amazing day / night, wherever you guys may be. And God bless.
God bless.